Well, Nathan, it's finished 0-0 against Buxton here this afternoon. I think at the start of the most fans would have taken that, but given the chances and how the game panned out, possibly disappointed that it was only a point in the end.
Yeah, I think so. The top of the league, obviously the top of the league for a reason. We've not just gone toe to toe with them. We've dominated them for 90 minutes. We've restricted them to no shots on goal or shots on target, should I say. We've created a number of opportunities, good chances. We've not took them. So on reflection, before the game, a good point. But looking at the game and the context of how it's kind of ran, disappointed we've not picked up all three.
Yeah, just look at how the game panned out. Start of the game, not too many chances for either side, but then that big moment, Whitby getting that penalty, which Jake Hackett, who has been reliable from the spot, this time putting it over and getting on those trends that I had earlier in the season.
Yeah, it's the penalty curse. We've not hit the target. Things happen. Jake didn't mean to go up there and miss it. The reaction from the boys was good. We didn't get our heads down. We just kicked on again and we went about our game. So after the penalty, we've had some chances, but just a bad day at the office in front of goal again.
Yeah, you mentioned about the issues in front of goal, and it seems to be that the big moments in the game all fell Whitby's way, and Jacob Hayes had another good chance as well before the break where the keepers squandered it, and it's just one of those where perhaps just the angle slightly against him that's possibly stopped him from scoring.
Yeah, the positive thing is he's getting in the right positions and he's hitting the target. The keeper, to be fair to him, has pulled off a couple of decent saves in the first half, and that was one of them. But yeah, it's just one of those things. We've obviously had a decent one in the second half as well. But I've got to give their keeper credit in the first half. He pulled off a couple of decent saves, but we're looking at them as definitely rude misses.
Yeah, and then in the second half as well, obviously we're having some decent chances again. Josh McDonald putting a great ball in towards the back end of the game. Just unfortunately, no one able to sort of gamble at the back post, and that was possible. It was the letdown in front of goal.
Yeah, again, it just kind of it's along the lines of what I've been explaining. It was a great ball by Sonny, a threaded ball through, broke the line. Josh got to the byline, whipped it back, and it was into a great area. We weren't there, but yeah, it's something we've worked on. We need to work harder on. But we just need to keep going. But that's a real positive performance for us moving into the last 7 games.
Yeah, and across the second half as a whole, there were a few times that Buxton tried to sort of keep possession well and try and get a bit of momentum, but it seemed that Whitby really made him struggle to do that. And if anything, shots were just coming in from range, barring the odd one that had a bit worried defensively.
Yeah, listen, I think we were always very comfortable and we were always going to contain them the way the game went. We had a game plan to stop them playing. It worked. I'm sure the pitch wasn't helpful them to obviously play the way they really want to. It wasn't for us either. It was bobbly. But you've got to play to the conditions, and we certainly played to the conditions a lot better than Buxton. But as far as the game plan goes, it worked down to a T. They did everything we asked them to do. The only thing we didn't do, which is the most important thing, is obviously put the ball in the net.
Yeah, and another positive defensively was the fact that we saw what Diego Di Girolamo can do against us in a reverse fixture, but this afternoon he barely had a sniff. He was the one that had the couple of chances, but both of them over the bar from quite a way out.
Everything goes through Diego for Buxton. They've got him up there. He plays the position really, really well. He finds half a yard, but he brings the three attacking players into the game. We stopped that from happening, and that stifled their game. And like I say, the game plan worked. But it was a great performance by Roy and Jas against him.
Yeah, and then towards the end of the game, billing Malik Dyke still off the bench, back on loan from Middlesbrough, and once again showing the fans that what he's capable of and the excitement that he can bring to the team.
Yeah, listen, he's a good player. We know what he's good at. We just thought that some fresh legs. Fuster was doing well. Like you say, we know what Malik can do. We just thought that we could get him running at them. As the game panned out, it didn't happen as much as we'd like. But yeah, he's back with us now. It was a good introduction for him. And he'll play a massive part in the last 7 games for us.
Yeah, and it's looking ahead now. Complete opposite again next week. Playing top of the league, this one to bottom next week at Grantham. And I suppose in a way similar game to what I had at Whitton last week. And that's the sort of thing you've got to take confidence from the fact that how I managed that game last week.
Yeah, listen, we picked up from the Whitton game last week. It was a similar performance where we've dominated the game. We've kept a clean sheet. The difference was at Whitton we managed to score 2. We should have probably had more on the day. We'll go to Grantham next week. They're fighting for their lives. They've picked up a little bit. It's going to be a hard game. They've took points off. I think it was Morpeth last week. Don't know how they've done today, but we need to go look after ourselves. Players we know we can. We will create chances. We'll create chances in every game we play from now to the end of the season. It's about converting them. It's the most important part of the game, and if we apply ourselves correctly, we'll have a great chance of picking 3 points up next weekend.
Thank you very much, Nathan.
All right.